Hi everyone, it's Mandy here from the Healthy Living platform, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make potato and carrot kofta. This is a great recipe to make with really cheap ingredients and it's packed full of goodness. So I've got my ingredients ready. I've boiled some potatoes and carrots. That was 2 medium potatoes and 2 medium carrots. I boiled them together and I chopped the carrots quite small in half moon shapes because sometimes they take a bit longer to cook than the potatoes if they're too big. I have also fried 1 onion, a white onion, and 2 cloves of garlic, so that's ready to go in. I've chopped some parsley. You can use any herbs for this. Parsley is really nice, but so is coriander or anything you happen to have lying around. You can also use frozen herbs if you have any in your freezer. Here we have some chickpea flour, which is sometimes called gram flour. There's 2 tablespoons of that. Some black pepper for flavour, and then we have some spices. So I'm going to use this spice blend, which is called Ras El Hanout, and it's a mixture of ginger, paprika, coriander, cumin, turmeric, and lots of other spices from the Middle East. But if you don't have that, you can use cumin, or you can leave the spices out, or these ingredients take to flavours really well, so you can use whatever spices you happen to have that you really like. So I've drained my boiled potatoes and carrots and popped them in a bowl. I'm going to, actually before I add the onions, I'm going to mash them a bit, just to make it a bit easier to mix everything in. Okay, so I just had to change bowls because I realised that plastic bowl wasn't strong enough to do the mashing, but I've got my mashed carrot and potato. Now I am going to add the fried onion. So when you're frying onions, you can just use a tiny bit of oil, you don't need to use a lot. And then if you turn the heat to low and cover it, and just stir it occasionally, then cook for about 10 or 15 minutes. That helps to get them nice and soft without needing to add a lot of oil. I usually do that for 10 or 15 minutes and then take the lid off and turn the heat up for another couple of minutes at the end just to give them a bit of colour. So that's the onion and garlic mixed in with the potato and carrot. Next I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour, my herbs, and that was flat leaf parsley that was chopped up, and then my spices. So as I said before, this is Ras El Hanout, but use cumin. You can add a bit of chilli if you like your food spicy, or just leave the spices out if you don't have anything to hand. And this is freshly ground black pepper. And then you need to give it a really good mix. You shouldn't need to add anything else. The chickpea flour just helps them to stay together. It's a really amazing ingredient that is often used as an egg replacer in vegan food. It's used a lot in Indian cooking. It has a really delicious savoury taste. You can make a frittata out of it, or you can use it to bind vegetables together to make fritters. And in this case, it's going to help to hold the kofta together. Okay, now it's time to shape the kofta. So I've already preheated my oven. I have a fan oven and I've put it on 180 degrees. If yours isn't a fan oven, stick it on 200, or if you have a gas oven, about gas mark 6. And I've got a baking tray and I've just lined it with some baking paper to stop them sticking. It's best to do this with your hands because you get a better shape, but it is quite sticky, so you will need to wash your hands afterwards, especially if you're doing this with children. You can do it with spoons, 2 spoons, but I find it's better to do it with my hands. So I'm just taking a small amount of the mixture and rolling them into little balls. You could also do them flat, more like burger shapes or little patties, but for this we're going to make them round. Okay. Now this is a really good one to make with children because there's lots of great things that they can do, easy jobs that they can do, like help with the mashing. The potatoes are a bit easier to mash than the carrots, so you could always cook them separately and then get the children to help mashing the potatoes while you mash the carrots and then mix them together at the end. The mixing the ingredients together is good, pouring things in, weighing out the ingredients if you have a scales or some measuring spoons. Just get these last bits out so we don't waste them. Right, that's made 9 koftas. Oh, and of course rolling them into balls as well is a good thing to do with kids. Okay, so I've Got my 9 kofta here on the baking tray. I'm going to pop them in the oven now for about 20 minutes. I'll probably turn them over halfway and then we'll see if they're done. I just wanted to show you what the kofta look like when they come out of the oven. So you can see they've held their shape really well. They're a little bit crispy on the outside, but they'll be lovely and soft on the inside. If you want them to be browner, you can leave them in the oven for another 5 or 10 minutes. Now, what to serve with them? I'm going to have these with hummus and pita bread and salad for my lunch. That's a really good combination, but they go really well with any kind of grains on the side, like rice or quinoa or couscous, something like that. A tahini sauce would go really well with them, or you could eat them in a wrap with some salad as well. That would be really good. Hope you enjoy them.